Locations of Grief and Emotional Geography is a compilation of 24 Canadian writers of a range of ages, ethnicities, and gender identities. It is an act of what the Welsh call hiraeth, or in essence a commemoration of the homesick grief for the lost places of your past. This kind of grief particularly relates to how death creates or deepens a sense of homesickness, establishing a new sense of the world as something transient, shifting, scarred, or even sometimes making it more beloved, the locus of memory becoming in its present an ineffable realm of longing. The anthology has 5 parts. 1. The Garden, with writers such as Jenna Butler.
Here is what I know. Muskeg spruce scabbed with gum, and white willow, astringent bark steeped for tea against pain. Bunchberry, Canada violet, ravels of twinflower. That the land will share my grief a while, as I learn to bear its weight.
And Lynn Tait.
His hands. I did not think of his hands. Hold them one last time, and the tightening begins in the rib cage. Heart-burrowing worm, the tearing weight, the slithering pull, the slow agony, that mistake, my most painful regret. It still is. If only, if only, if only. Regret, regret, regret. A message in a constant loop, always stamped return to sender. We all have trouble changing the address and rewriting the message.
2. The Neighborhood. Here we have, among others, Alice Burdick.
The fairy tales told me a familiar story of this tilting life, how quickly the unfair descends, the flowers fade, the hidden world, sometimes bright, sometimes shadowed, leaps out to swallow the visible. This was a safe way to enter death and return, to see the future with its beauty, love and happiness and bright sun, and rolling fields in Genesis and its removal. These other worlds were also journeyed to through constant music and art that was created and made visible and audible.
3. Elemental Spaces, with essays like those on stone by Catherine Graham.
They mined the rock, pipe staked, dynamite stuffed, limestone chunked out as giant building blocks. 1898. A man in coveralls stares at the camera lens. In the black and white photo, he holds my stare.
Or On Water by Nikki Reimer.
You were 4 when I was 10, 6 when I was 12. Your hair was long and blonde, which sometimes made old ladies think you were a girl. At the beach we were fish, swimming till our skin puckered. I would swim alone to the buoys, marking the boundary of the safe area, loving the strength of my muscles and savoring independence. You would stay in the water till you shivered and your lips turned blue, your delicate long lashes stuck together, framing your sea blue eyes. We would hug you in a towel and rub your arms and legs till you warmed up. After you die, Mum will feel this small and delicate in my arms.
4. Clinical Zones, featuring Richard Harrison and further memoirs on institutionalized loss.
She delighted in the rotation of tilapia, macaroni and cheese, and chicken Alfredo, and then she delighted in it all over. She put on weight, gained strength. By the end, she was able to push her own walker up the path to the center of the garden she went to every day with us to sit and feed sunflower seeds to the sparrows and cheesies to the one crow that liked them.
And 5. Foreign Realms, travels within grief alongside creators like Ben Gallagher in Nova Scotia.
Grief teaches me that I will live my whole life without satisfaction, desiring. That unresolved, unsatisfied, and lost, still I can live. That my body, in place, through time, letting go, opening up, silent or speaking, knows how to be.
And James Picard in New York.
Everything, and I do mean everything, is subject to impermanence. There are no certainties. Everything that comes together will eventually fall apart. Everything that goes up will come down, and life always ends in death. No exceptions. We all hope for long and healthy time on the planet, though there is no guarantee. We're told throughout life to plan for our future as if it is certain that we will live to a ripe old age. But, as I've come to realize, this is a fallacy like so many others that we have been taught. I came to this realization of life's impermanence when I was 19 years old. That is the gift that my sister Catherine gave to me when she died at 21.
These lines from the poet Edna St. Vincent Millay perhaps describe this anthology of place and loss most accurately. And entering with relief some quiet place, where never fell his foot or shone his face, I say, there is no memory of him here. And so stand stricken, so remembering him.